Hello everyone, my name is Nathaniel Freeman and this is Freeman's Money, and today we're going to be talking about the housing market. And we're going to be talking about, are we in a housing market bubble? Should you buy a house? And if there is a housing market bubble, what you should do about it. Now, let's get into it. So, should you buy a house right now? That depends on your situation. My recommendation is absolutely 100% yes. Now, the reason I recommend that is because if we are in a housing market bubble, which we could be, but I find it unlikely, um, then even if the bubble does pop, you're already going to be in a house, you're already going to be in the market, and you can just hold it till you need to. You just hold it, and as long as you're gaining value in the house, it'll go back up to what it was before. You won't lose money. Everybody's like, well, if I buy now, then next year, if there's a crash, I'll lose money on it. And I'm like, only if you sell next year. If you sell 20, 30 years down the line, you don't have to worry about it because the housing market will have recovered and gone back up because inflation would have pushed that price higher. Now, you should only buy a house if you can afford the house. You don't want to be house poor. You don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck, barely being able to make ends meet. But that's my recommendation. You can do that if you want to. I don't think you'd have the best financial life there. You'd be stressed about money. But it is an option for you. However, I wouldn't do it if I was going to be house poor. You got to have sustainability. You got to be able to make your payments and do a little bit extra to just invest, save. You don't want to be like stuck, oh, I can only eat ramen noodles because I'm broke. No, you don't want to be like that. Now, why don't I think we're in a housing bubble? I think there have been a few changes in the dynamics of the housing market given COVID-19. Now, one of the major ones, and one of the ones that I don't know how to account for, is the lack of lumber, which is slowing down some production of making houses. It's made it a lot more expensive to build houses. So, has that slowed the market down? Has that slowed the industry of building houses down since there's been a little bit of a lumber shortage sometimes, like during parts of it? I don't know. I don't know about that. What I do know that is changing the housing market that a lot of people don't consider is the wide expansion of knowledge about investment properties. I see a lot of people wanting to buy their second or third property while owning their home still, just to gain some additional income, to get that passive income flowing, to start becoming wealthy. Now, that's fantastic. A lot of people are growing their knowledge and learning that real estate is something where you can invest in and make your money. But that is driving the housing market way above where it was before. You also have, excuse me, you also have a large amount of immigrants that will be coming into Canada. So, with that massive movement of people into Canada, we can see a lot of houses, like those people are going to want to own houses. That's a fact. We're expecting like 1 million people to be coming into this country. Where are they going to live? They got to live somewhere. That's going to drive up rent. That's going to drive up housing prices. Now, I live in St. Thomas. We're kind of pretty closely related to London. We're a little bit cheaper than London. But we kind of follow the same pattern. If they're going up, we're going up. And London usually drags behind Kitchener-Waterloo by about 8 to 9 months. So the average price in London right now is 600,000. The average price in Kitchener-Waterloo is 800 to 900,000. So if those prices come to London, you can see St. Thomas's value going up. So do I think it's a good time to buy? Yes, absolutely. We could be seeing massive growth in your equity in your house. And if you're a first-time home buyer, it's getting harder to get into the market. So one thing that's happening on the mortgage end is that they're increasing the qualifying rate. Now that doesn't really affect anybody that's paying 20% or less because it's usually on conventional mortgages. However, qualifying rate is when you qualify to get a house at boom, 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 4.79%. Even though your interest rate is going to be like 2%, we have to qualify you at that higher rate just in case interest rates go up in the future, you can still afford your house. Now, what the government's doing or discussing, they haven't done it yet, they're talking about increasing that qualifying rate to 5.25, which that would make it harder to own a house because you have to qualify to make bigger payments on your mortgage to be able to afford a home. So I recommend anybody, if you're eligible to, in the financial situation to get a house, jump into the market, get a house, get your feet wet in it, start growing your wealth. Even if we are in a housing market bubble, when that bubble pops, oh well, you still own a home. It's not like you have to throw away the keys or anything. You have steady jobs. You have like reasonable income and a roof over your head that you know is yours. Make your payments, and in years down the line, the value will go back up. And how often do you really plan to move, anyways? If you just want to own a house and then leave, might not be like you'd have to talk over some strategy. You'd have to sit down with someone and really think about your options and like this is just broad based information. So, yes, I think there's a rapid increase in the value of homes. No, I don't think it's going back down. And if you're eligible to, I would recommend getting into the housing market. Um, that's my video for today. I hope you guys like it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you guys have a good day.